Bro. Yeah, recording is in progress, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the realest podcast in the multiverse, bruh. I'm Eric, that's Parrish, and we're making dollars, bruh. Yeah, so we was just talking about Call of Duty Warzone, bruh.
Yeah.
What the bro?
Marcus joined us, man. Finally, we've been asking this dude for years.
Literal years.
This fool be on. Like, I got him as a friend on PlayStation Network. He be playing his little Red Dead. He plays Grand Theft Auto. I don't know, just all these games where you play by yourself.
Yeah.
Marcus ain't never wanted to play with us before, but he finally did. He finally downloaded it, joined the group chat. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't add you until you downloaded the game.
Hey, that's fair.
Group chat.
That's fair.
And yo, not bad, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah.
Not bad, bro.
It's just been hours of soaking in like hella videos of gameplay and shit. I'm like, okay, I gotta do that, I gotta emulate that. That's why I was like, oh bro, I gotta get my controller settings right. You know?
Yeah.
Like some
do you have paddles?
What the hell is that?
Oh,
your game nerd is showing. Let's show it. Tell me what happened.
Nah, so see on my I got a PS4, but on my controller, I got this thing called a strike pack. So my girl, she got it from me hella years ago, but you plug it, you basically attach it to the back of your controller.
Okay.
And it has these two paddles on the back where you hold, you know how you hold your controller?
Right.
And it's right where your middle fingers are. And it's basically two extra buttons.
Oh my god.
So while you're playing, you don't need to move your thumb to jump or to slide. That's what I use mine for. To jump and slide. So that you could kind of, you know what I'm saying? You don't really, only thing you have to do is press square to open the boxes.
Right.
But you don't jump, you don't have to press X, and to slide, you don't have to press circle.
That's what I gotta do too. Change my I gotta map the controls again, bro. Because that's like bumper jumper. Like I remember I remember bumper jumper on Xbox. That was a configuration to use when you're playing a Halo. So so you gotta map everything to the thumbstick, so it's way easier to interact with shit. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I don't play video games.
Mapping the thumbstick is wild, bro.
Yeah. Are you mapping your thumbstick?
Anyways, but I just wanted we said all that to say Marcus has been telling me that he plays here and there little by little, but he was playing, bro. He was keeping up. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Like he only died a couple times, but I mean, he was doing his thing. I was like, okay, did we get a win? We didn't get a win.
No, we got second place. We got second though. We got second.
It's pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
So yeah, man. Shout out to this guy starting his gaming career and about to, it's about to eat into a lot of your time, bro.
Oh man, I'm already seeing it, bro. I done called off a couple times. Like, I called off a couple times to come and play. Like, bro. Yeah. But you know what else pissed me off, bro? Oh, we're still gonna be on this. But you know what pissed me off, bro? I had to initialize my PS4, bro.
Oh.
That's basically, bro, what the fuck? I kept getting an error message when I was playing Ragnarok, and it wouldn't go away. I tried everything, bro, and they said the last thing to do is initialize your PS4. And I was like, fuck. All my save data is gone. I have to start over.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so your profile is saved in the PSN, so all your achievements are still there. But all my save data, like all the save points that I have or whatever in every game, gone, bro. Had to start Ragnarok all over again from the beginning.
I've read. Well, I guess I don't really play nothing where I save. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. That's wild.
It said that you need a backup. You need to back up your save data before initializing. So I have a terabyte, but I couldn't use that to back it up because it said it's being used as extended storage. So I was like, fuck. What is this, bro? What else do I got to do?
I don't know, man. Just play Call of Duty. But
just play Call of Duty.
Anyways, man, because there might be people out there who don't give a damn about video games. So how have you been, bro?
I've been good, man. I've been good. Yeah, other than, getting my adrenaline up from the video games we're playing again. Same old shit, bro. Just working. God damn.
Working in bourbon.
Working in bourbon. You know what it is? Other than that, bro, I've been cool. What have you been up to, man? I know yesterday was Father's Day too.
Yes, yesterday was Father's Day. I called my pops in the morning. I was surprised he was up. I was like, damn, you up? Like, yeah, we gotta get to church, cuz. You feel me? Gotta get to church, cuz. Like, all right, dude. All right,
yeah.
Guy.
What time does he usually wake up?
Well, it depends. If he got dialysis, he usually sleeps in, but if he don't, he's usually up a little early. But 8:30, I was like, damn, he up. But so yeah, we was chopping it up for a little bit, start the day off. Then we went to my girl's sister's house. We had a breakfast with her sister's family, her parents, her dad, and her stepmom, and then her other sister with her son. So we was all chilling over there. Nice. And I told you, so I've been doing the intermittent fasting, right?
Yeah,
and it's been. I'm not gonna lie. If Monday and Tuesday last week, it was cool because we do the podcast at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and it runs into almost 12, and that's when I'm supposed to eat. So it was cool. But boy, when Wednesday came, I wake up at 8 o'clock. I do my walk at 8:30. I'm over here doing my little chores, my fat hours. I finish at like 10:30. I'm looking at the clock, bro. I'm like, damn, bro, I still can't eat.
Yo, intermittent fasting is so fucking hard, bro. That shit is hard, having to keep to a schedule to eat. Because you just want to eat, and like I said, like once you establish your time as 12 to 8, bro, 10:30, 11 o'clock. If you eat then, you're gonna make an excuse like, okay, I'll just push it back. I'll just move this around. I won't do this. Maybe I'll wake up earlier. So you got to keep making compromises until you're just done with that shit.
Dog, when I tell you, bro, so like on Thursday or maybe Friday, I don't know, but maybe it was on Thursday at like 11 o'clock, I had drank 5 bottles of water. Like I was done. I was like, bro, I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying? What's an hour? What's you know what I
watered out?
You know what I did to push me to the last hour? As I went on Google, and I was laughing while I was doing this, but I went on Google and I Googled what's happening when your body is fasting, what's happening in the 16th hour.
Yeah.
when your body is fasting, what's happening in the 16th hour?
Isn't that called like keto? No, that's the keto diet. But I thought it was like ketosis or some shit, like some kind of thing where like your body's eating its own fat and nutrients
I don't know exactly what it is, but I was just reading. What did you? I was just reading stuff and I was just feeling empowered. I was like, "Oh, body, you feel that? You feel that? That's what's happening." I just lied to myself, bro. I just lied to myself.
Body, you feel that? Huh? Do ya?
We're getting skinny.
Yeah. See, that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to fool yourself sometimes into just believing the shit that's not happening, bro. It gets you over the hump.
Yeah, so that's what I did.
Get you over the hump.
I just started reading facts about fasting. I was like, yeah, eat away the plaque at my joints. Yeah. Eat away, clear my arteries. I was just reading all that, trying to psych myself out.
That's all right.
I did break it though. Yesterday. Not even a week.
So what happened?
Nah, we went because we had breakfast and we left the house at 8:30. So we got there around 9. And then my girl just started making waffles. Bro, when I tell you she make the best waffles ever, bro. And also I sat down, like I usually just find me a seat and I chill there. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to move around a lot.
Right.
And I ended up sitting right next to where she was making the pancakes. Because I'm sitting there like, damn, her dad. She's like, who wants your pancake or waffle? Her dad's like, give one to Seth. He's salivating at the mouth.
Like, hey, you better chill out, man. Chill out.
I was like, damn. Okay. And I ain't gonna lie, I was a little offended by her stepmom. Not really, but I was like, I don't think I ever said anything. But the sister, because my girl made the waffles, and her sister made, because it was her house, her sister made sausages and bacon. Nice. And then when she brought it out, the stepmom goes, "Oh, Seth loves bacon." I was like, no, hey. I've never eaten bacon in her presence. Like I've never talked about it.
Hey, she made a big assumption there. She made a bold assumption there, dog.
And she didn't mean anything bad by it, but she goes, oh yes, Seth loves bacon. I was like, not the clapping, bro.
Yeah. What? I don't remember telling you about my bacon eating exploits, man.
I have never said that I like bacon ever. Like I like bacon, but I've never exclaimed it to anybody. And the fact that she brought that up,
like, I don't get giddy when bacon comes around.
I do, but I don't say it.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, other than that, you know what I'm saying? We ate breakfast at 10 o'clock, 10:30, and I was just like, I'm not gonna wait.
That's what's up.
I'm not. I
That,
couldn't do it. So
bruh, so I was at work, man. That's hilarious. I was at work and I was asking all the lady dealers what they're getting their husbands for Father's Day, and all of them said nothing. And I was like, God damn, bruh. Like, y'all don't show no love to your husbands or your fathers? Like, no. I think Mother's Day is more important.
Oh damn. Yeah. I don't know about Mother's Day, but I mean, so how would you feel about that? Like, because I know some people who are like, that's not my mom, that's not my dad. So I'm I'm not really, they'll get them something, but they feel like I'm not really obligated to because you're not my mom or dad.
Well, okay,
as a partner. So how do you feel about that? If you had a partner, would you go all out on Mother's Day, or would you expect them to go all out on Father's Day?
I don't expect them to go all out on Father's Day. I think I would go all out on Mother's Day, though. I don't expect anything back on Father's Day. I personally don't really care. I just think it's funny that I get asked, like I'm getting asked for all these presents on Mother's Day, but if I were to ask for something, like, oh, okay, and not get it. Because I feel like fathers just have the short end of the stick, bro. They get ties. They get ties, coffee mugs. You know what I'm saying? And then some of these wives are asking for $7,000 Chanel purses, bruh, for Mother's Day.
I knew that was coming back up.
Yeah. You know, I want to ask that dealer what the hell happened for him on Father's Day. I'm going to ask that guy.
Bro,
I will ask him.
Yeah, you got to ask him.
Yeah. So I just thought it was funny that everybody was like, no, nothing. But a lot of them were saying that I'm not giving him anything for Father's Day because he didn't get me anything on Mother's Day. And I was like, you know what? That's fair. That's very fair. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. But if you're over here asking me for hella shit on Mother's Day, and I ask for maybe like a steak dinner or something for Father's Day, and I can't get that, I'm gonna be a little upset. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll be very upset.
Did you ever go to Taps in Samoa?
The bar?
The steakhouse?
The steakhouse? Oh no, I don't think so.
Okay, maybe I'm tripping. I thought it was you and Caleb that went.
Maybe I'm confused.
I think it's in Ili somewhere.
Okay. Why do I think it was a bar, like a Taps Bar and Grill? Why am I thinking?
Oh that? Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, yeah.
So you were there for the bar side, not the grill side.
Yeah. I don't remember going. I just remember hearing of it and like passing by it and stuff. But I don't remember going. Why? What about it?
No, I was just thinking. You said steakhouse, and I was thinking like that was one of the Father's Day trips that people used to go on.
See, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, do that. Yeah, bro. Get them something.
Shout out to all the fathers that tune into the podcast.
Yes,
I know
sir.
I got cousins that listen to the podcast that are now fathers, and I just think it's dope, bro. When I be seeing them, I'm like, damn, these dudes is really dads now. Like,
yeah,
we the same age, and even some of them. My cousin Joan, I'm older than him, but I'm not a dad, so I don't feel. I feel
like hella immature compared to my cousins with kids. I'm just like, bro, I'm a fucking child. All these guys are real adults.
Yeah,
I don't belong anywhere near them.
That's fake adults. That's what we are. We're fake adults.
Yeah, we're man children.
Yeah, so like when I see them, being fathers, and I see them doing their thing, like I'm super proud. But I'm like, damn, bro, like, how do y'all do it? You know what I'm saying,
man?
So man, salute to them. Salute to everybody tuned in that are fathers, man. Hope y'all had a good one. So yeah, man. Also, congratulations to Caleb.
Hey,
one of our good friends, one of my best friends.
Man,
got married in what was it? Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Caleb and Britt.
Hey.
I go, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I was the reason, but I was there for the inception of their relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of, you know what I'm saying? I kind of sprinkle a little, you know what I'm saying? You're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, shout out to them, man. Wish we could have made it. We couldn't, but it's all love.
It's all love. It's all love. Sent a little gift out. We're good.
Yeah. Speaking of love, did you love the response from the Muddy Roots podcast?
The Moody Roots.
The Moody Roots. Shortly after, we're hella late. We're a whole week late because shortly after we released the last week's episode, Muddy Roots came out with a response in the episode. and they talked about all of the people in the comments. Did you
Yeah.
see it? What did you think?
I seen it, and at first I thought like, okay, this is a cool way to respond to it, reading the comments and having a laugh about it. That was cool.
Yeah.
But it just didn't seem like it was directly addressed. It was just that blanket statement that you always see when people get called out for shit, you know? Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I didn't mean it. Making jokes. We are just making jokes, sometimes out of context, things like that. So it's like it wasn't much of an apology, right? It
Yeah.
wasn't really much of an apology or owning up to it. Maybe they didn't need to apologize. They really just had to own up to what happened and
Yeah.
move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not really an apology, but really sit back and think about why people responded the way they did. Take
Mm-hmm.
accountability for it. If they feel like they need to be taken being taken or accountability. They need to be accountability. Whatever. But yeah, as far as their response, it was like, just the usual, oh, I got called out for some bullshit, so here's my little PR team statement.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna read some comments after to,
Yeah.
soften the blow. So
Yeah.
I mean it's cool, but like okay.
It so the apology wasn't really an apology. It was more of a, like what you said, they took accountability for their actions. There was a lot of people that were good and okay with the fact that they weren't hiding from it.
Right.
And in the times that we live in is crazy, because that is actually that is a strike, because there
Mm-hmm.
are so many people who hide from the repercussions of their words, especially in the
Mm-hmm.
day and age where like a lot of people have podcasts, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people make statements on social media, influencers and whatnot. So like, instead of deleting the comments, instead of blocking it out and just going about their day, the fact that they talked about it, the fact that they owned up to it, that is a plus.
Mm-hmm.
um but for me personally,
But
I don't
but
for me personally, I don't think anyone else has to feel like this, but for me personally, I didn't see that they saw any error in their ways.
yeah, I remember you
Like
saying that.
like
Yeah.
aside from just saying, "Oh, we were joking," it got taken out of context. I don't know if it was like I don't think they seen any wrongdoing. I think they just felt like they were misconstrued. And so with that, I kind of was just like, dang, I wish they would have took it a step further. We're not in the business of kicking people while they're down, or any type of. I'm not trying to put no other Pacific Islander people down. I just
Right.
wish they would have taken it a step further. I wish they would have heard and listened. I do know there was a lot of comments that was just hate, because that's the reaction that you gonna get when you start off with hate. So I'm not mad at the comments that were hating, but there were some comments that were actually trying to educate them, trying to tell them like, this is why it's wrong. This is why this rhetoric that you guys are spewing and reciting is just hurtful towards our women.
Right.
So I wish they would have took it a step further and listened to that. But what are you gonna do? Like I
Yeah.
said, I don't think they had any malicious content, like malicious intent when I was listening to it and the rest of their podcast. They just guys talking. It just
Right.
hopefully they know, hopefully within their own circles, they could talk to some people who could tell them, what I'm saying, like, it's a little more homework y'all gotta do to
Right.
realize and to change some things. But yeah, man, shout out to them.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they could bounce back from that. Hopefully, people give them another chance to learn and grow. Because like you said on the last podcast, we've all been there at some point.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been very toxic. We've all been very demeaning and not realizing the actions, the repercussions of our actions or whatever. So, what I'm saying?
And we like it brings us to a good point, you know, uh like hiding behind jokes, right? Like the first
Mhm.
version of the show, like we always got into spirited debates about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was always like I know that my feelings have changed about that for sure from that first time
Mhm.
that we talked about this. Like, it's so easy to be like, well, these are just jokes.
Yeah.
You don't have to laugh if it wasn't funny to you, then you don't have to laugh or you don't have to watch. But it's like now that we have something that has some kind of audience, like we have to be mindful of everyone watching,
Mhm.
right? And like, yes, jokes can be taken out of context and people can warp it. And like I've always said, bro, like I'm preaching, like we cannot control how people perceive our words, right? Which is
Mhm.
why we got to be doubly mindful of what we're saying. Like it's just so much easier to I mean, I'm not saying to try not to offend people, because no matter what we do or say, someone's going to get offended, right? We cannot control that. But you have to be mindful of what you're saying, because everybody like will just take what you're saying in a different route, different manner. So in order to, I guess, in order to like build or have like this conversation about this shit, like you got to be real about what you're joking about. You have to realize that what you're joking about, it's not, it's something that can be offensive to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So like educate yourself, like you said, on why this, like in this particular instance, why this hurt the women who, or hurt our women. You know what I'm saying? Like realize that what you're saying is not, it's I don't know. It's just not. It's so easy to just hide behind, we were just saying jokes and shit. We were just talking shit. Yeah. But it's like, bro, like there's a difference between joking around with your homies, like off camera or whatever, and being on a show, on a platform where, you're supposed to be, apparently you're bigging up our people, but then going the opposite route, talking all this shit. So it's, I don't know, it's a very delicate thing, and I feel like like with us, like we're just one bad joke away from getting that kind of response. You know what I'm saying? After all the shit that we talk on this show, like all the dumb shit that I've said on this show, like we're just one dumb thing away from getting that kind of response. So it's like, it's something that we definitely have to take into account moving forward. Like all of us, not just Muddy Roots, but all of us, bro. Like all of us who have these platforms, it's something to be aware of. Because man, it's delicate to walk this shit, bro. It's very delicate. It's weird, man. The internet is weird.
Yeah, I think as long as you're informed, you can't really, it's harder to make an ignorant statement when you're not ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just, it's always gonna be people, like you can find offense in anything, but it's a tasteful way, it's a tactful way to say some things, to get some points across, and it could, it could go left or it could go right. It just depends on
hating.
Yeah, you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's funny though, in related to this, but I didn't really plan it. We were watching TV. We were watching America's Funniest Home Videos the other night, and like it's like an old school throwback channel, I guess, or it might have been Comedy Central. I don't know. But then an old episode from 2009 came up from Tosh.0. And when I tell you, I was like, wait, what is this dude saying? I don't know anything about this dude. I remember his show. I just remember he was on there and sometimes he was funny, but I didn't really pay attention. I was listening to his stuff today. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson had just died that week and he was sitting there talking mess about him. There was you remember D4L, the ones that did Laffy Taffy? The dude from D4L, one of the dudes from there, had his chain and he had money. He was like stunting like on a MySpace video, and they played it, and then he goes, he comes in and then he's like, hey, I don't have any money like that, but I take care of my children. You ever did that? And yeah, usually when I do have dollars, I like to leave tips. You ever heard of that? And I was like, and I'm sitting there like, wait, and my girl, she's on her phone, like, and it's just playing, and I'm just like, is this real? This was really happening on TV. So like, yeah, some of the stuff that we grew up on, that we used to, is not cool. Like once you're not ignorant no more, it's hard to make ignorant statements. You know what I'm saying? So like, even watching that, I was just weirded out. Like I wanted to punch the dude in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. No, I know, like the old me would have been like, well, you gotta take into context, man. It's a sketch, it's a skit, it's a comedy show, so he's talking shit. But I now, like when I watch Tosh.0, it doesn't even make me laugh anymore. Like shows, like it just doesn't make me laugh. Back then it did, but now it doesn't.
A lot of stuff that used to make us laugh don't make, like Waffle Fries. That dude was hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
I watched it today. I was like, yo, this dude is bored in the woods.
Yeah. And that, like, I'm talking about like straight offensive things too, like that Waffle Fries dude, like Unforgivable.
No,
yeah, but
he wasn't offensive.
Yeah, but those offensive things used to make me laugh because it's like, damn, like bro had the balls to say shit like that. But now it's like, damn, bro had the balls to say that shit and we allowed that. Damn, bro, fuck it, Wild West.
Let's talk about some things from the past that's not so offensive.
Okay. Like what?
So me and Marcus, we grew up in California. Marcus grew up in Texas and all these other places, but we met up in American Samoa. And some of our listeners are going to be very familiar with this, and some others might not. But the
majority, the majority probably not.
The time that we ended up being in American Samoa, to me as a rapper, was the best time to be out there. Music was popping,
man,
and we've touched on this before, but I don't think we really got into like our favorites. We kind of got into this last episode, I think, or maybe it was a Patreon episode, but we talked about it a little bit. And it was like, oh, we're gonna come back and we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna talk about everything.
Yeah.
How did you feel coming to American Samoa and like seeing everything that was happening?
That shit, it was kind of overwhelming, bro, because that was something I did not expect. I didn't expect a pretty big music scene out there, bro. Like as far as like rap and hip hop and shit, that shit tripped me out, bro. But I was super arrogant about that shit back then. I was like, man, these dudes from the islands, bro. What kind of fucking rap are they making? You know what I'm saying? And it was just very, very ignorant shit. I'm very arrogant about, you know, what was going on. But like now that I think about it, bro, it was bubbling. Like straight bubbling. Like people, like y'all were going to like festivals, bro. Y'all were doing shows. Y'all were opening up for people, and like, and just seeing the music videos too. On Blue Sky TV, bro. Yeah, bro.
Channel 6.
Come on, bro. Channel 6, bro. That shit is always fucking awesome to see, bro.
Yeah.
But you know, I was just a major hater back then. Yeah, big fucking hater. But bro, like I'm so appreciative of that time now because man, those guys were, you know, everybody was putting in work over there, bro. A whole lot of work, man, trying to make something happen. And I don't know, man. That's just something I just respect a lot now, bro. Because it's like, bro, that shit is hard. Starting a movement is hard, bro.
It is.
And people were out there just doing it, not giving a damn, bro. So much like creativity was going on out there that I just wanted to be a part of, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was crazy, bro. Like when I started making music literally right before I moved to Samoa. I was in Japan. I went out there after my high school graduation. My auntie sent me out. She brought me out there. I was chilling. I ended up using a Rock Band mic to just rap. I don't know why. I always wanted to rap, but I did it, and then it took off from there. It took off from there, and the passion for music just started, and it never stopped to this day. And I ended up in January 2011, I moved to Samoa, and then like I got out there and met the greatest rapper from American Samoa, my homie Jay C Style, and I met him, and you know he was homies with my uncle, rest in peace, Master Sai. So me and Jace, he was working at the college. I was going to the college. We ended up clicking there, and then through Jace, I met everybody out there doing music, and it was fun. That mug was popping.
Yeah.
It was.
I wanted to be a part of that so bad,
bro. We used to go to the high school. What is it? The proms, and they would perform. I didn't have any music out, but they would perform, and I would be with them. And like we would go to the pep rallies, and Jace would perform, and I'd just be there watching. But yeah, the American Samoa rap scene in the early 2010s was just popping. There's no other way to put it, bro. Like everything was going on. Everybody was making music. Everybody was in the studio. A lot of the dudes was a little older than me, but like they had always wanted to make music. And then at that point, you know, everybody had little jobs and little careers, so they had the money to
resources. Oh, you know? Man,
and so it was like the sweet spot of like being young enough to want to chase after that dream, but being old enough to be able to support it. And it was like that sweet spot, and I happened to fit in. I was just a spectator for most of it. But yeah, so the music videos is coming out. Shout out to Whitcomb Media. They was like the backbone to a lot of visuals going on out there. Shout out to, you know, the USA Harbor Light City Boy or Harbor Light Boys, and on the east side, they was doing their music video thing. So like everything was going on. What to you? What's some of your favorite songs, videos that came out at that time that kind of encompass your time? in Samoa.
Bro, it's those collabo videos, bro. When everybody would come together, like you know, depending on which side of the village they from. Those were fucking awesome, bro. Watching the like, I was always watching them on YouTube and shit, and then I catch them on TV. So those are always my favorite. Who man, I just remember like a lot of like like a lot of like girl groups are out there too. So you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of girl groups out there. And their videos would be on, but it was mainly those two, the West Side Collabo and the East Side Thing, bro. The East Side Thing videos, man. Like those are really cool to see, man. Like, and that was like basically all the or almost every artist in American Samoa trying to do something, bro. And it was cool just seeing them because I was like, bro, I seen them at the college, bro. These fools are, these fools are tight. So yeah, it's those two for me, bro. And also the Off the Rock one. Bro, yo,
here you go, bro.
I had to, bro. There's that one too.
The best part of that video, the Off the Rock one, was when the dude used the CD to pop open the bottle. You remember that? That was real. That was real, bro. Like
I gotta watch the video again.
Yeah, he popped it open with a CD. He like tapped the thing and he popped it open, and he did that on the set, and we was just like, do it again, do it again. He opened like 4 Valiva bottles that night.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm trying to think of the other videos that were popping like that too. Like who else was out there? Like who else was like, what other videos that come to mind for you?
So the West Side Collabo and the East Side Thing is definitely some of the big ones, two of the biggest ones, because it was kind of like the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, when I first watched them, I didn't know everyone yet. So it was kind of like, these guys are big deals. And I'm not to say that once I met them, they weren't big deals, but like in my eyes, these was like Zipso and I wasn't familiar. I wasn't aware of like how drastic of a market Zipso and them was compared to artists from American Samoa. So to me, I'm like, oh, these guys must be like Zipso and them, to where everyone knows Fika Malipesha and everyone, you know. So they were colossal in my head when I first watched it. So those two videos definitely was big. When I got more familiar with it, like the Samoana song, We Remember You or Remember You, and it had Be Down, 10-6, Main One, and Ice Cream Man, and it had them in the school in Samoana High School, and then it had the chorus. The Samoana High was doing the chorus. Like when that song came out, I was like, yo, this song is incredible. Like the music was dope. Like the video was incredible. They was in the high school with the choir singing the song. And then the actual chorus is like one of my favorite choruses ever. And the beat was slapping. So like that song was really big. And then like in terms of just being in Samoa, remember the Coconut song, Look Up in the Sky, Tell Me What Do You See? Well,
I think
man.
so.
So that song to me is like it just reminds me of Samoa the most, because it was a fun song. It was laid back. It was them doing barbecue and chilling and hanging out, you know what I'm saying, at the bus stop. I think it was at the bus stop chilling. And like if you live in American Samoa in our age, like, you know, the late teens, early 20s, that's kind of like what it is, chilling. You chilling out with your homies, you having fun, being goofy. You sometimes you at the bus stop just hanging with the village boys. Sometimes you having a barbecue somewhere at somebody's backyard. And like that's just, it encompasses my time in American Samoa. And that's one of my favorite videos. And Ice Cream Man. Ice Cream Man, shout out to my Uso artist. That fool slid on that verse. That's one of my favorite verses too. So yeah. Those are some of my favorites.
Yeah, shout out to American Samoa and all the rappers out there, man. Everyone out there making music, dog. Like that, bruh, right there with you, man. This shit is hard. Making music is fun, but it's hard.
Yeah.
So, man, keep going, bro. Keep going.
Speaking of making music, somebody here is making music now. If y'all didn't know.
Shit.
If y'all didn't know, man, you gotta introduce it. You gotta introduce it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. This is so crazy. It's already happened. Whatever. 23rd, this Friday, June 23rd, this Friday, man. I'll be dropping Right Place, Right Time, featuring the Uso right here, Sefa M. It'll be out on every platform that you could think of, man. I think I gotta narrow down that list, bro, because there's a whole bunch that you can get your shit distributed to, and I'm like, do I gotta claim all those artist pages? Because that's a lot. I think just
just do Spotify and Apple. That's it.
Spotify and Apple Music, right?
Yeah.
So, the 23rd, right place, right time, coming out every platform that you listen to music on, man. It's me and this guy. And yeah, like I said, bro, just enjoying the process again, bro. This shit is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Music's coming out and things are happening. So yeah, I'm very excited for that drop, bro. This shit is crazy.
Do you have a favorite line you've ever written?
Yeah, I do.
Well,
you?
I don't know.
No, I do.
I know you asked me, but like, I don't know, bro.
All of them was my favorite.
Nah, it's a lot to go through. It's like, if I find one that's hard, I'm like, nah, I know I must have said something harder than that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite lines ever is when I find my center, you better pray to Allah like a 5%er.
Okay. That's a bit aggressive.
Yeah, that's very aggressive. But I was just like, oh yeah, that's a cool one, man. Write that down.
But if they're atheists?
Well, then it doesn't apply to them.
So then
shut up. Hey, shut up. Shut up.
This atheist is gonna be like, man, this guy sucks.
This guy fucking sucks. He won't be the fucking last one.
I'm offended. This guy sucks.
Hell yeah.
Is that off a new one or an old one?
That's an old one.
Oh, which old one?
Space. That shit is still out on my SoundCloud, bro.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Showing your age.
Yeah, for real.
I heard of a SoundCloud link in forever.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy, man. But yeah, the 23rd, bro, this Friday. Right place, right time. Everywhere.
Shout out to this guy. Oh, hello, Marcus.
Yeah, that's
artist,
me.
Artist name, oh, hello, Marcus.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is we was talking about American Samoa and the music was dope. And even though everything was fun, or like a lot of it was fun, there was also like some experiences that weren't that fun. And we got a question on the YouTube page. That was it definitely applies to us at some point. Did you have the comment? Do you want to read it?
I do. Yeah, I got it. So it's from the Uso JSP253. Shout out to him, man. Shout out. Yeah, please. Please give us your comments, man. Write in the comments. Yeah. We're definitely, you know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about y'all.
For real. Yeah, put y'all on blast for once. So JSP253, man, hit us up on YouTube, and the comment goes like this. Us, you know what I'd like to hear y'all address is Samoans from the islands calling mainland Samoans or Afakasi Samoans plastic, quote unquote plastic. How will the culture thrive when not only we can't see each other succeed, but then we have that invisible line where some question your Samoanicity, for lack of a better term that I can't think of at the moment. But podcast hit though.
I am a 5. I thought that said Samoan City this whole time. He just forgot to put a space. That said Samoanicity?
Samoanicity.
Oh my goodness.
We have that invisible line where some question your Samoan city. For lack of a better term.
I thought it meant Samoan City, like you Samoan, but you also for the city.
The Samoan city.
I'm an idiot. I read this question like 10 times over the week. I posted it in the chat. I'm like, yeah, man, this Samoan City stuff, bro. That's crazy. Samoanicity. Hey, y'all might think I'm dumb, but just go to the YouTube channel, look at the comment.
Hey, what?
But when you see it, it doesn't. There's no dashes. When you see it,
you're the only one who ignored the I, Sefa. You're the only one. Everyone read it as Samoanicity.
I'm plastic and dumb. All right, let's go.
So what do you think of all that, man? What do you think of because I mean, like you said, bro, I feel like I've gotten that. I got that all through Samoa. It felt like all throughout my life. So what did you think about that?
Man, honestly, growing up, I never felt like that because because we was all dumb. Like we was all plastic, I guess, quote unquote plastic. Me and my cousins, like, we grew up out there, but like we grew up Samoan and we still went to church, and we still, you know what I'm saying, but like none of us really spoke the language. You know, none of us was really involved in the culture. Like, you know, we just knew like, okay, you stand here and you take this packet of, you know, Wahoo, and you go walk over there, you hold it over your head. Like we was, you know, like, oh, where to eat it before you go, like, you know. So we was kind of taught the what, we was never taught the why. And I think that's a big problem. But in terms of like feeling like this at home, I never felt like it. When I got to Samoa, I felt like it. And like I think we talked about this before. I was upset. You know, there was times like in the very beginning where like I was like, I don't want to be friends with nobody. Like, cause the first day of college in Samoa, like nobody knew me. I didn't know nobody. This, like, the teacher asked, like, what are some topics you guys want to talk about? It was English class. And a girl in the class, the first day, she goes, can we talk about how these Samoans in the States aren't real Samoans?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I'm sitting here like, what? Yeah. So to me, like instinctively, as soon as she said that, I was like, okay, none of these people is on my side. None of these people's on my team. I don't want to know none of these people. And so my first semester, I didn't know anyone. I didn't talk to anyone. I did my homework. I just knew this Asian cat named Gun, and he was cool. And that was it. Like, that was it. So
his name was Gun?
That's what we called him. His name was Gun.
Fanga?
No, just Gun. It was like, yo, so I'm Gun. I was like, damn, all right, then. And he joined the military. He ended up joining the military. So, you know, shout out to him.
So it fits. Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I definitely felt like nobody called me plastic. I think that's a New Zealand thing.
That's a New Zealand thing.
Yeah. But I definitely felt the effects of being labeled as plastic. But the more I stayed out there, like, it was kind of both sides. Like, I stayed out there, I was homies with them, with the locals, and then like they took me in, and like we was cool. And then new people came in from off island, and when they would get there, they would be like, look at these fobs, look at these, man, these fobs, they got no swag, these fobs ain't got no style, blah blah blah.
Oh,
they would be like better, you know, better than, they would feel like they're better than, and be very arrogant. So then I understood, like, the term plastic, whatever, that might be from Samoan-born Samoans talking mess about stateside Samoans, but it's both sides. And I do agree that it's very detrimental to the culture. It's very detrimental to our people. I feel like we should integrate easier. Samoan in the city. Hey, I'm trying to be smart.
Easierly. We gotta go to the Samoan city easierly. Okay, I'll keep going.
Oh yeah, I freaking hate this guy. He's Asian. Anyways,
what a fucking hater, bro.
This guy got an ear infection at 29.
This nigga getting a massage right here.
All right, so yeah, I think it's both-sided. I think both sides are rooted in ignorance. I think we should be more accepting of people, and we should, instead of tearing them down, we should help them up. So
so you know what's crazy about that, right? Like, I have Afghani cousins that, you know, on my mom's side that I've known for a very long time, that I grew up with, but they grew up in American Samoa, half Palangi, half Samoan, and you know, the skin colors of the fair, you know what I'm saying, fair complexion, you know. So growing up, like, I kind of felt like I didn't feel Samoan enough compared to them, which is the irony of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were Afghani, but they grew up there, so they know the language, they know the culture, the customs, how everything works. But what I didn't take into account was Afghani Samoans born and raised in Samoa still getting that colorist treatment because of the fact that they're Afghani. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that I never took into account until, like, basically recently, man. Like, it's not just a thing of Samoan-born Samoans versus stateside Samoans, bro. Like, it's a cultural thing. It's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're looking at skin color now. You know, we're looking at geography, where we were born and raised at. Like, it's all a part of it, and all of it is detrimental. Like, you know, obviously they got over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just chalked it up to just being a part of growing up, and, you know, they can't control how, you know, who they were born as. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but I'm sure that they went through a lot of their own, like, struggles from their own people that they was born and raised with, bruh.
Yeah.
So it's a whole bunch of factors that are just that just makes us feel like we're less than. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, all of it is just less than things that we can't help. You know, but I mean, skin color we can't help, but like learning the culture, like we can definitely do that. But if you're calling me plastic or you're making me feel like I'm not Samoan enough, then why the fuck would I want to be cool with you? But then it's not about that. You know what I'm saying? It's about,
that that was an excuse that I used for a long time. It was kind of like, they don't like me, so why would I want to do anything in have in common? Why would I want to have more in common? I kind of used that to like not learn.
Yeah.
But I don't think
that's not good either.
Yeah.
That's not good either. That doesn't help you. That definitely doesn't help you.
Mm-hmm.
So getting past that ego thing or whatever, that pride thing, getting past that, like, it's easier to just try to, be better, be smarter about this shit. Less ignorant, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
But shit. I felt like I feel more plastic seeing like the tweets and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like when I would see motherfuckers tweet about, plastic Samoans from the States, they don't even know the language. Like that's when I felt hella offended. It's like, bro, you was born and raised in New Zealand and Australia. How are we any different? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, oh well, and it's another thing about our people being the quote unquote market share out there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
was that
accessibility?
Was that a Patreon episode?
Yeah.
The market share.
The Lauren Hill.
I think that's a good thing to speak on. I think everybody should be able to hear that.
Yeah. Patreon.com/the Polytickin podcast, man.
Oh damn. I was just gonna talk about it, but
yeah, we can do that too. Patreon.com/the Polytickin podcast, man.
Marcus said, put money in my pocket. Paper in my pocket.
In my pocket. I am broke. I need a way out of here.
But yeah, that's funny you said that because Twitter is really where all the debates be going down there these days.
Bro.
I don't talk to nobody in real life. I only talk to you, bro. So, the timeline is really where a lot of that stuff goes on, and it's a lot of haters out there, man.
Yeah,
it's a lot of haters, man, and also to tie into our next topic, Men's Mental Health Month.
Jesus.
That internal struggle that a lot of people feel, especially being stateside Samoa or stateside, Pacific Islander, to where we don't identify with our culture as much because we don't know the language or we don't know the customs and tradition. We wasn't raised around, seeing it that often. That's a big mental blow to a lot of people.
Man, is it, bro?
It could cause you to not love yourself, to not love your culture. Like it could be very off-putting to hear people say you're not really Samoan. A lot of people might take it to, and what's funny is when I see Afghanis, when I see like Samoans who say like, oh no, I don't deal with that. Like to me, I'm like, bro, you disrespectful. Like you a disgrace basically. Like how can you be Samoan and not be proud of it? But then again, like you look into their life and you see like they family, their whole life was saying, oh yeah, those are our black cousins or those are our white cousins or, and not really embracing them like that. Like I wouldn't want to be associated with y'all neither. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, mental health wise, let's be less discriminatory towards our own people. Because we get discriminated against already in life. We don't need to do it to our own people. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Definitely, man. That was a crazy pivot though. Men's Mental Health Month, man.
I mean, I feel like that's something that we all deal with though. Like especially people like us being born out there. Mentally, that's draining.
Man, that shit affected me so much, bro. Like that, you hit it on the head, bro. Like when you feel disconnected from your own culture, like you want to be proud of it, but you feel less than because you don't know everything that surrounds you. You don't know the why. And if you don't know the why, and then people make you feel like shit for not knowing the why, that'll definitely turn you off from wanting to learn anything about your culture. So yeah, it becomes a whole bunch of self-loathing, self-hatred. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hating your own skin. And it's like, oh, man, if we can just find a way to do less of that, we might be okay. But then again, who fucking knows? I don't know.
Here's a little call to action. All right. If you know the culture well, if you love the culture, you know, I mean, we're all of the culture, but if you know the culture well and you see someone that don't know it, if you don't feel like helping them out, like I'm not saying you have to help them out. It would be dope if you could. It would be nice if you know what I mean, extend the olive branch and be like, hey, this is how you do this or whatever. But if you can't do that, then my call to action to you is just to be quiet. Because if you quiet, it's cool. It's when you start talking down, that's where things go awry. Right. You know, and then also for the people like us who are in the boat where we're not really too familiar with things of the culture, you know, my call to action to y'all is to don't let the people who do talk down, don't let them deter you from wanting to learn about where you come from. You know, or wanting to see where you come from, because like, don't take our stories and be like, oh, I don't want to go out there. Everybody's going, it's not like that at all. You know, you always going to have some bad apples, but like if you had the chance to go, I'm saying, I encourage you to go back home, go to the motherland, see where your ancestors walked, go touch the same ground that your ancestors are buried on. It'll change your life. It'll put things into perspective in a way where you never would have thought that you could feel these ways. It's like being home for the first time. It's like coming back home to a home that you didn't even know you had. It's crazy.
And it's so hard to see it for that, especially when you're like new and you move to Samoa, not just visiting, but when you go there and move, like it's so hard to see past that when all you can think about is that you don't belong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just feel like you don't belong, and you know, you don't want to be there. You don't want, but once you open your heart to it, bro, you're gonna find people just like you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find a great support system. You know, people who will love you, bro. Like, you'll find it, dude. You'll find it in places when you least expect it, man. That's what happened to me.
Yep.
I found some longtime friends out of nowhere in a little island over there in Samoa, bro. Like, that's crazy.
And we could have met like before.
Yeah.
In Sacramento, but we just didn't.
We just didn't.
It took 2 5-hour plane rides to meet somebody that I would be like, bro, this is my homie. I'm gonna start a podcast with him.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, just real quick though. Another thing, Samoa to me felt like boot camp. Like growing up, that was like a big deal. You guys better act right before we send you back to Samoa. Like, Samoa felt like, you know, the boot camp episodes of Maury where they're just scared straight.
Yes.
Like, I used to think of Samoa like Alcatraz. Like, if you go, like, you guys better done it. We're gonna send you back to Samoa. It's just like, I don't want to go there. Like, I get out there, and all the people that got outlawed and got sent to Samoa for being bad kids, they was out there being bad kids.
Yeah.
You know, like, what the, they, you know, like, they ain't learning nothing. They just being bad out here, out of your hair in California. They not being bad in your neighborhood. Now they just in Fonkongo terrorizing the villages. Like, you guys ain't doing that. You guys are making the island worse. Like, straighten your kids out. And don't threaten them to send them to Samoa when they're bad. Yeah. They're going to go out there and, you know what I'm saying?
This ain't no Beyond Scared Straight. If you don't knock it off, bro, like, what do you, that's crazy.
I wonder if people are still threatening their kids with that. Because I feel like that was a big thing in the 90s. Like, you guys, we're gonna say my cousin 50 got sent to Samoa. That fool was out there wilding, bro. I started hearing stories from like other people. They was like, "Oh, you from Sac?" You know, I was like, "Yeah, that's my cousin. That's my other cousin." He's like, "Man, dude, that fool was play off." Man. I don't know if I should say this, but he was like, "Man, don't." No, it's nothing bad. It's nothing bad.
Okay.
He's like, "Man, that dude, he was on our football team, and at middle of halftime, he started talking to the cheerleader, and he just left the game." He said, "What?" He said, "God just left. He just got up and left. He's our star linebacker. He's just left. Like, he just bounced. He met a girl, and he was like, 'Man, what's up? Let's buy." And then she just left.
Hey.
I was like, "Yo, does anyone know where he's at?" And he was like, "Nah, that fool just dipped out." I met my cousin like years later. I said, "Damn, because you got one hell of a reputation out there." He was like, "Man, I don't even know, man. I don't know what they're talking about."
I don't even know. Spoken like a true one. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
That mother's hilarious, man. Shout out to Samoa, bro.
Did you see him in Samoa when we was out there? Or this is way later?
He was there years before.
Oh, years before. Oh,
he got sent out when he was in high school. So he was out there balling, playing football. And he was like one of them guys.
Yeah.
In high school football, but that's hilarious.
Man. Shout out to your cousin, man. Did they get together?
He got together that day.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
Oh man. I don't do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I don't even man, not really, bro. I think we kind of just went through it all.
Yeah, we did.
I think, yeah. Well, I mean, there's this one right here, the influence of music, but we can talk about that some other time, bro, because that's a really good one too. And I was confused by that when you put that in the note. I thought you meant like influence of music that you're listening to when you want to become an artist and shit. Not not the kind of content that the music that you're listening to is putting out. That's what you meant. The second one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, now I got to get that.
Hold on. I wanted to talk about this though a little bit.
What?
Importance of music, the influence that artists have.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was just. Yeah, okay, yeah. Keep going.
So it's a lot going on back home. It's been 11 shootings in North Sacramento in the past week. I think 4 or 5 deaths or something like that. 2 people, a couple, a dude and his girl, got killed in their car. Car pulled up and shot him up. The street over from my house, like literally in the alleyway, like that house. So it's a lot going on, bro. And like to me, I'm like, so I always think inward, and when I see these kind of things, right, it's like, damn, bro, like what could I do, or what could I change, or what could I affect? And it's been a lot going on in everyone's world, I'm sure everybody's going through a lot. But as an artist, as a music artist, I just feel like we don't. A lot of us don't take it serious, the type of influence we have on people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I say this because, like growing up, right, very young, very early on, like I was into like Harry Potter. I was into books. I love books. I love like reading on things. I was a nerd. I was a geek. And like when I got to like 11, 12, I started online and listening to hip hop heavily. I used to listen to hip hop heavily at like 11, 12 years old. And that honestly, like, bro, like that shaped my whole personality. It shaped my whole like reality in terms of like what mattered to me. It changed my perspective. Like I was really into like big fantasy stuff, and like hip hop kind of, I still had the creativity from when I was a kid reading these books, but hip hop kind of brought it. It rooted
fleshed it out for you.
Okay. Yeah, it rooted me, and it gave me like a better perspective on like how real life worked. And then I was able to draw parallels between what I used to read and what I was reading now. But I say all that to say, the music that I listened to had a big impact on what I thought was cool, what I thought was hip and in, like what I thought was important. Well, like it influenced a lot about me. And as an artist, like growing into the artist that I am now, I'm a lot more cognizant and aware of the fact that like the things that I say, the kids that look up to me that are 11, 12, 13 years old, that are like going out there and finding their identity, they listening to me, and they're going to take bits and pieces of what I say and implement it into their personality, into their perspective, into their reality. And I just think it's an important call to action to a lot of artists that listen to the podcast or that listen to me as an artist. Like, be more intentional with your messages. Be more intentional with what you put out there, because these kids is finna grow up and be the ones in the cars getting shot at, or they finna grow up and be the ones walking across the stage. It depends. And like, you play a major role in that. Like, you as an artist, you coming into an artist again. I'm as an artist who I've come into, like, we play these roles in whoever follows us. And I just want to talk to other artists out there and be like, especially Pacific Island artists, because our communities it's crazy how, like, even though we have all these different communities, you got Texas, California, Washington, Hawaii, like all our communities are separate, but we all still link. We have family, like we all still listen to the same type of music. So like, even though I'm from Sacramento and my music is of Sacramento, it could be popping in Washington. Like Washington is the most played cities that my music got, because our communities just work like that. We're interwoven. So like, if you a Pacific Islander in Utah, it don't matter that you speak in Utah, it'll still affect kids in Washington, Hawaii, California, like Nevada, like, you know, so we have this type of reach that we should not take for granted. I wanted to talk on this because it's just a lot of craziness, and I can see other people from where they're from, they going through a lot of craziness as well. And I think us as artists, we have to reclaim that influence, and we have to be more intentional and be like, I'm not finna I'm not finna talk this crazy, even if you of that life. It's like, I'm not finna talk this crazy talk because my nephews and nieces finna listen to this. They finna look up to this. They finna think this is cool. I'm gonna let them know what's really cool. Taking care of your family is really cool. Being a stand-up person, being an honest person is really cool. Graduating, you know, providing for your parents who provided for you your whole life is really cool. So I just think we need to reclaim that. We need to be more intentional with everything that we do as artists, because music is a lot of these kids' lives. Like to me, it's not anymore. I'm not too involved in music. Like I don't listen to a lot of music these days, but to a lot of kids, music is their life. They will live and die by their playlist. So I just want to implore a lot of other artists, like, you know, take control of your influence, and you know, really, you might not think it. A lot of us think that just because we make music, we make music for ourselves. This is just for us. But like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not just for us. Yeah.
We're great. If it's just for you, don't put it out. You know what I'm saying? It's not though. It's for everyone. So, you know, shout out to Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility.
Right. Yeah. It's I mean, I don't have that kind of audience to really. I mean, I guess I should be mindful regardless of the size of my audience, right?
Yeah.
You know, no, you know, like no debate on that, right? But I think it's just it's harder for me to really think like that, because my entire life I was like, bro, I'm no role model. So what do you say to the ones who are like, bro, I'm no role model. Don't follow me. Don't listen to me. You know what I'm saying? I guess it'll be
out.
It is a huge cop out.
It's a
right?
cop out. It's a plea. It's like you, you don't. There aren't people who wake up and say, I want to be a role model. I'm gonna do everything in my power to be a role model. Like it's not a title that you work towards. It's a title that you're given from the work that you do. And you can't decide, you can't tell someone to, hey, you how crazy is that? Like to on the adversely, on the opposite side of that statement, hey, look up to me. Hey, do you see what I'm doing? You should follow my footsteps. Right. You don't do that. It's not a title that you could just deny or work for or proclaim. You can't deny it. You can't claim it. It's given to you. You know, so yeah, I've seen that as well. I don't buy it. Like you, nah.
That's how it was for me in the beginning. You know, it was like, bro, I'm no role model, bro. Like, why is everybody gonna want to listen to me? I'm not a saint. Like, I feel like when I think of role model, is someone who's perfect, which obviously is not the fucking case. It's someone who's you know, very altruistic. It's someone who does so much for their community, and I don't do any of those. I don't fit that, so I'm like, I'm not a role model then. You know. But it does depend on the work that you do, and because what we do is in such a public space, it's like everything we do or say can be taken however they're going to be taken. So it'll just be easier for you as an artist to just keep all of that in mind, right? Like it'll be, and it just pushes the culture forward in a very positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like it just the benefits outweigh all the bad shit of being, you know, of living up to this role model status that you've been given by the people who fuck with your work. You know, so but like, my gripes are just very superficial. Like I said, I have no audience. Ain't nobody checking for my shit. Ain't nobody really checking for my.
That's bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the potential to pop off and to get an audience is unlimited. And also, like, you may not think it's a big audience, right? But like, if you listen, if your audience consists of 10, 20 people, and they listening to you, and then you shaping their minds, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could be a 18, 19-year-old kid who got nephews and nieces, and all of a sudden the positive or the life lessons that you're preaching are now funneling through that dude into whoever he's around.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know like who's gonna hear it or who's gonna feel what you're saying. You can't undermine it just because your plays ain't there, because it's gonna pick up. If you want it to pick up, it's gonna pick up. You just gotta be consistent. But also like the few that you do reach, like they got reach too. You're not just talking to them, you talking to them who they talking to, and then who they talking to. You know what I'm saying? So don't undermine your reach, bro. Don't do it.
Oh, I love that. Don't undermine your reach. Oh, yeah, that's something I got to get over. That's a huge like, that's arrogance talking. You know, it's like once you look past yourself, like it's. I get you. Damn, that's Don't undermine your reach.
Don't do it.
Bro.
Don't do it. That was off the dome. That was off the dome.
Title.
Humble brag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's hard, bro. Yeah, no, this is really valuable game, man. That I hope that I myself and everyone who's listening can take this, take this and run with it, man. Because you may not feel like you're a role model, but you definitely are. You know what I'm saying? So wear that title proudly. And I'm trying to do the same thing.
And also don't think that just because you don't have a rap career, you don't make music or you don't whatever, like you still a role model.
Yeah.
Like people who are listening to us, a lot of my cousins, they don't make music or nothing. They just, they just 9 to 5 in it. Like they are role model. Y'all are role models too. Like before I listened to music, I was a kid who would see like my dad come in from work or see my uncles come in with groceries or something, and they was my role models. Right. They didn't make music. They wasn't going viral on TikTok. But like the things that they thought was cool, I thought was cool because I thought they was cool. So, even the people who don't make music or don't do art or aren't out there on social media, like y'all are role models too. Don't undermine y'all reach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gonna empower everybody today. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, goddamn right, man. Hell yeah, bro. Ooh, some valuable ass shit. I'm taking it.
My fault, bro. I should have prepped this a little better for you, but yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. I learned something. I hope whoever's listening to this is learning something too. Because that's very valuable stuff, man. And all of that is just working towards making our community just a little better. So whatever. It's all good. It's cool with me. You know what I mean? What else you want, man? What else you want to talk about, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if
that's everything.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. We knocked that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Patreon.com/the Polytickin podcast, man. Y'all know what it is. Video comes out today. The audio will be out today. Well, the video will come out on the Patreon. Audio's everywhere. $5 a month gets you access to the episode early before we drop it on Wednesday. So 4 extra episodes a week, bro. Or a month. Sorry, 4 extra episodes a month. Follow us everywhere, man. Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Oh hello Marcus at Sefa M. June 23rd, this Friday. Right place, right time. Right place, right time. Everywhere in stores, man. The Uso Sefa M and myself making music again and trying to be a better role model, but it's hard. It's hard because I'm a piece of shit.
Hey, shout out to the homie Uso Kane. He commented on our last clip and he was like, bruh, he was talking to me. He's like, I don't know how you can keep a straight face. Even when Marcus is serious, he's hilarious.
Come on, bruh. Come on, dog.
I agree. It's hard.
Yeah,
bro.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get past that. But I think, we figured it out. We're good. Yeah. We definitely figured it out. Because you're the same way. Because you're the same way. You can be serious as shit and then you say something funny and I'm like, fuck, don't laugh. He's being serious. He's talking about something serious. Don't laugh. That was fucking funny.
You wear your emotions on your face, though. I kind of got this.
Yeah, you got the blank face, the Schoolboy Q blank face. Yeah, my face is very expressive.
Yeah, for real.
Don't shut the fuck. Don't do it. Shut your ass up.
Hey man, you got one of them faces. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Got a face for radio.
Like, got a face for podcast. That's it, bro. Take us out, dog. Take us out.
This has been another episode of the Polytickin podcast, you friggin' nerds. I'm Marcus, this Sefa, bro. We out, bro. Kofasoy 4.
If I.
Ha!